better, quote unquote, you are at philosophy, you're intelligent.
Right?
Okay, but you can also look at the.
These people
You can also look at the opposite.
Rare, but also who is you know, all they ever do is read books.
Okay, so
all they ever do in their pastime is read books.
Yeah, I got when I saw my psychiatrist last time, I got an assessment done, dude. I spent like, I think I spent a lot of money on it, and it was basically to assess like how I learn and stuff because I'm currently studying, and I've had issues with school prior, and just it was a complete shell. And the guy told me like I'm not, you know, I'm like half retarded, half not.
I mean that's something.
But also that certain people don't qualify for like IQ tests. Like some people will just not work well with them. They might be technically very, very smart, but they just might not qualify for like IQ tests.
That sounds like cope to me.
Because it won't be indicative.
That sounds like cope to me.
I don't know if IQ tests are indicative as it is. I mean, when was the last time the Mensa community did anything great for society? And my mum is in Mensa, right? It's the group of the highest IQ people. And she's friends with a lot of people there, and they discuss alien conspiracy theories. Like, they all believe in racist aliens and lots of cranky stuff. And, I mean, just think about it, just intelligently. Here's the real fucking IQ test. Look at the test. Right? Are those questions, are those activities really indicative of intelligence? Maybe if you are going to try and escape an escape room, do they test your ability to reason philosophically? No. My mum can't reason to save her life. Could never sit down and have an epistemologically accurate philosophical conversation with her. And yet she has such a fucking high IQ. I wouldn't trust the IQ test.
It's simply pattern recognition and
Nothing to do with philosophy.
yeah, like if and that the thing about it is like you can be very easily able to recognize a pattern in shapes and stuff like that, but you might not be able to have an equally as easy time to recognize a pattern in words or something like that, or like how a sentence, what is like the subject in a sentence. Like you might not even know what the subject is, or like you don't have any like you have no understanding of the form of a sentence or something like that. So therefore you will not be able to recognize the patterns of it. But it's easy.
I would go so far as to say that the better you are, better, quote unquote, you are at philosophy, your intelligence probably goes down.
Okay, so IQ tests are specifically about how fast and efficiently can you solve a problem. That's all that is. So it will understand how good you can basically adapt to a situation. It will show an indication to understanding a specific concept within its environment. It will give you a clear, an indication, not a clear one, of how well, how efficiently, how fast are you at solving problems. That's literally what it is, and thus we can derive IQ from that, because if you think that solving problems in a world that is full of problems, inherently considering that we are complex beings and we create the problems by ourselves, then being able to solve a problem fast and efficiently would put you higher above somebody who can't, considering that solving problems is a requirement in a world like that.
Very well said. Very well said.
When it comes to philosophy, though, I don't know the correlation between the two things. It doesn't seem like somebody who's a philosopher. Philosophers, I can imagine somebody who sits and contemplates a specific topic for hours and days and weeks and does research and looks into it and like looks at things from different perspectives consistently and challenges themselves inevitably to arrive at a solution or some kind of logic. Like that seems like I don't know.
Not even arrive at a solution. There is no solution in philosophy.
Well, it's not about solution. It's just like the quote unquote best answer possible. I put quote there because there is no such thing as a best. It's just like what is the better answer if you prefer that. Yeah.
for a thing you want to achieve. But the idea that you can do like a well thought out thing, right? And then it's almost like saying, I'm gonna do this IQ test, and yes, you're like read the instructions for how to do the IQ test, right? Before you actually do it, you read that, and then you go ahead and do it. It's almost like saying, I'm gonna make a test for myself, or like I'm gonna write that instruction, right? And that's not something that's. I don't think that that's
You
something that's
understand.
being
You
tested.
understand what you're saying, though, is basically saying that IQ tests are bullshit because we already know what we're going to be tested on, but you don't.
That's not. No, you don't know what you're being tested on. You
Okay,
have
you know the
no
concepts.
preset. Yeah, you know the concepts, right? That's the only thing that you are tooled with, right?
Yeah.
To be able to recognize a certain parameter, right? But saying I can invent these parameters is not something that's being tested.
Yeah, the only problem with that is that wouldn't necessarily be a measure of IQ. That would be a measure of being able to creatively and construct the environment itself. But that's not what you're being tested. And usually in these types of IQ tests, you are required to do mathematical math is a huge part of it. Another one is shapes. Another one is formations of I don't know. You were saying something.
I would say a big qualifier of who can.
I have done like an
yeah,
IQ
I'm pretty sure
test,
we've all
a
done.
year
Yeah,
ago.
yeah. I'm pretty sure we've all done a level of IQ
and
test.
the thing is, like, I don't dispute that they're good at reading, like, your how quick you are at reasoning things out or coming to a sensible conclusion from those parameters. But I think that those parameters are an equally valuable thing to have, and if you just don't like,
I lost my blue
if you have like an inability to focus in such a way that you can construct parameters to that extent and be
Yeah, there are those those
like also
it's not
really
irrelevant what you're saying. Like those are things that need to be taken into consideration, and no test is going to be 100% proof when it comes to these types of things. It's just the question being asked is, are they irrelevant? It seems like you guys are stuck on the idea that they're irrelevant and they pose no benefit to society, or at least that's what I heard previously, and I totally disagree because there is a genuine reason for them to exist. I think that it's important for us to understand who are capable of solving problems fast and efficiently.
They're important to different people for different reasons. Obviously, like for example, my dad, he has I would say a high up job, and he's got a very high IQ. It's to level sort of people that can do these sort of high level, world leaders. People can problem solve very fast.
You realize there is a big dissociation between making a lot of money and having a high IQ. You realize that
I didn't say make a lot of money.
Okay, when you say successful job to me, I'm usually associating it with
I didn't say successful.
What was the word you
used? He had a
used?
high level job.
A high level job. What do you
which he had to do?
Would you regard a high level job? What kind of job are you talking about?
A job that requires a lot of skill, studying, and
discipline.
Well, what's the word? Patience.
Okay.
Discipline.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a specific job required for somebody who has a high level of IQ. If there's no like limit to solve a problem, then obviously he's not going to be excel in that position. If he's like just because he's intelligent, it usually comes down to like risks. When there's a high correlation between people who are prone to taking risks and making a lot of money. That's how, at least for me, when I say a high paying job, a success, or my determination or my compass when it comes to being good at something career-wise, it's usually I associate it with money. If you're saying he's like a scientist or an astronaut,
in the weight, he does risk assessments, so in regards to security and stuff.
Okay, so like securities, like assets and or security like protection security.
Protection security, and also watching out for people that might be dangerous.
Yeah, I
see.
Yeah, it could potentially benefit you, and like IQ generally will benefit having high, not high IQ. When I say above average, as long as you're above average, then you and that's not saying much considering that the average is 100.
Okay, the thing
Yeah.
with his job specifically, he has to have like a lot of people have to be in the military prior. That's one part of it. I think they also have to like this. What?
What is the job?
Well,
I don't want to go into like too many
we can infer.
specifics. I
Yeah,
just
we
put
can
on like
infer.
security, but
Oh, okay.
Like
the army
I
does have an
that-
IQ test. Sorry for interrupting, but the IQ they at least as far as I know, they do have an IQ test. Like you can't be accepted into the military if you're not above at least like I think it's like 90. I could be yeah, because anything below 75 is regarded as retarded. The medical condition, no, the medical condition. Not I'm not memeing.
Right, but even 90 is below average, right? If you look at other
Yeah,
professions,
wait. There's a distinction there. I'm not saying below average. I'm saying that 75 and under is regarded as retarded. 100 is the average. So it could 99 is still below average. It just there's not a significant difference there. 99 and 100.
99 is not what one would consider intelligent, right?
No,
like
it's average. It's basic as fuck. Yeah,
accountant, it's much higher. So
yeah, like if you're 110 and above, then you're pretty much 110 to 115 or 100.
Let's say 120 and above is considered intelligent.
Yes. Throughout the ages, human beings have gone to war with one another in order to prove that they are righteous in their ways. The consequences of being wrong? Death. Fast forward to the present, and no longer is there a thirst for battle. Instead, we have keyboard warriors and content gladiators like the mighty Hamas Piker and Fuentes Hitlerius, being heavily incentivized to just gaslight the shit out of everyone.
No, I don't give a shit about like someone being called a cracker, okay?
What, people calling me gay because I've never had a girlfriend? If anything, it makes me less gay.
As a result, we find ourselves in a place that no longer makes sense. Who or what is right and wrong? What should we believe in? And what should be fought for? That is why I created Debate Deathmatch. 3 judges, 2 competitors, 1 topic. No, because you're fucking retarded, my guy.
Never mind, I'm stupid.
You are stupid. You're an idiot. Yes, you realized it. Thank God.
No, sometimes you just have to fucking get out of it. Just think outside the box and just do it, man.
No, I'm still talking. Yes, thanks to fucking capitalism. Fucking dumbasses. Who even told you to fucking talk in life? Shut your mouth. The winner walks away with the spoils of war, ready for the next matchup, and the loser goes back to the drawing board empty-handed. More importantly though, a record is made, and anyone who dares challenge it will first have to prove themselves worthy.
Damn, that's look. If we're gonna talk about people, like people mentioned IQ and like Mensa, what have they done for the society or the world? What great inventions have sprung up from people who are
the military would be a good example.
Yeah, well, like exactly, like these things, like not everyone's gonna be a lightning rod. Not everybody's gonna be the fucking.
Yeah, no, but you said that. What did they offer to society? My argument would be the military. If you had little retards in the military and they could cause a significant amount of damage to everybody around them, and we could potentially eventually lose wars because of it. Like, I mean, you can just like follow the ripple effects and understand that there's a genuine reason why. They provide a good value.
I would say the way that I was going about saying is like you might look at Mensa and say, oh, we don't have a great Einstein in there. We don't have a person who invented Theranos and like real Theranos, like something that solved medical issues or something.
Okay, you're conflating.
Are you talking about the one by Elizabeth, or?
Yes, I'm saying I'm saying we don't see people from like Mensa being represented as like people who create wonder things, right?
Okay, but you're also
hold on though. That's the smartness and IQ did not get Theranos up there. It's majority marketing and feminism.
The only thing I would indicate to that, your statement, you're clearly saying that Mensa itself as an organization offers very little value to society. And I give you a direct contradiction to that. So then your statement should be...
I would love to get a word in.
No, okay. I mentioned one fucking word. It's a lightning rod. Do you understand what that means?
Okay.
Something that is revolutionary, something that just changes things, right?
Okay, but you can also look at
These
the.
people,
Hold
these
on.
You
people
can
are
also
far
look
and
at the
few
the
between and
opposite.
rare. But also, I agree
Okay.
with you, TB. I don't. Did I say or disagree with you that?
Yeah, but I disagree with
Can I
you.
please say something?
Important people
Stop.
are intelligent,
Please
right?
stop.
Usually, right?
Okay, when you say
Now,
something is
can I
useless and
finish what I wanted to say, or is everyone gonna
Two
cut
of
me off
You're
you,
just
because they
ranting,
disagree
bro.
with me?
the two
Because
of
we don't
you,
even know if you
you
disagree
cut
with
us
me.
off. You cut us off. You guys came into this chat at the same time. We were talking about something entirely different. You two came in and you hijacked.
Okay, if you don't
the
want to talk
entire
about that,
conversation.
say that. If you don't want to talk about that, say that.
I would like to have a conversation. I was actually talking to multiple other people and we were all giving each other turns to speak, but you two do not. And none of us have been able to actually get proper words in.
Hey.
So please.
Hey, my guy, I literally just came in here. You were having a conversation about
some
IQ. That was it. So I just
Please
put
have some
myself in.
consideration. Please have some consideration.
At any point, you could have interrupted and said, "Hey, I want to continue the original conversation." You didn't.
Can we let either TB go or someone else go?
No, listen.
Who's gonna go?
We're not going to talk about IQ. Please don't talk to me like that. Trial, can you please mute debater? Thank you.
If
Monger, because
anyone
it's not
talks
working.
over, yeah, I could mute. I could mute, but it looks like debate.
Well, he just did.
Now. No, but it's
good.
listening
But
now, so let's see.
Okay, you are very, very tolerant, Trial. Okay. The point I was going to make was that when it comes to Myers-Briggs, okay, can you please? What is that? What, seriously?
That was
Sorry,
coming
she was
from
hot micing.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was hot mic.
Point I'm making is if we have a look at the greatest philosophers throughout history.
Literally, any point, this person is acting like we had him by the fucking neck and didn't allow him to speak. At no point did he interrupt to say, "Hey guys, you know, we were having a conversation. We would like to continue the conversation in a calm and understandable manner." He just comes in fucking ranting, all guns blaring. Shut your fucking trap hole, you dog shit dumbass.
And when it comes to IQ, you can have any personality type, right? And we don't tend to see, like, you know, my mum is an INFP. She's deeply spiritual. She believes in racist aliens, but then she's still put there in that category of high IQ. Now, the thing is that IQ has been seen as a measure of intelligence. You can go ahead and say it's a measure of something like pattern recognition or something else, and that's fair, right? But if you have a look at the test, you look at the types of things that it's testing for, it's not intelligence. Okay, when it comes to true intelligence, it's the ability to start with experimentation, to have inductive reasoning, to gain data so you can have a premise and deduce with deductive reasoning new things, or have abductive reasoning. And then, yeah, even structuralism, right? That is not something that my mother with a high IQ can do, and yet she's in Mensa. So I don't want to talk about Mensa. My whole point was when somebody brought up like IQ tests was that I don't think that is an accurate measurement anymore of intelligence because it's not.
It's because of how it's tested, right? So the most commonly administered IQ exam, the Wechsler test, at least in the U.S., 30% of it is verbal. So if you haven't even studied the words in the English dictionary, it's actually going to be
Jesus
very
Christ,
hard
these
to
people
apply
are
those words to the
so
test.
fucking
So
stupid.
if you don't read
So
enough,
fucking stupid.
even if you are good at
Random
math,
ass
you're not gonna be
guy
able to answer
thinks he's
a good
more
portion
capable of
that test.
understanding
So
what
there's
intelligence
that as
is.
well. I wouldn't say this is an accurate measure of pattern recognition if the person has that disadvantage of not knowing the words in the first place. And this is very similar to the SAT reading comprehension section, where there's a reason they give us like flashcards with 3,000 words on it to study, because certain words are not what we commonly use. And
if it was translated, would you then say it's an accurate representation? Because your reason is because people who English isn't their first language are disadvantaged on IQ. I'm just.
No, because it's a timed exam too. So
Yeah.
if you don't know the word, if you're taking a few seconds to look it up, that's going to affect your time.
No, but let's say we live in a world where the IQ test is allocated the right language for the right people. Would you then
No, it is
consider
the right language, Bottle. I'm talking about Americans, right? But the reality is a lot of Americans don't have the same vocab level, and vocabulary is something that can be studied and learned. And
True.
if you start reading it
Yeah, I
again,
mean, IQ is
your
A simple thing like dyslexia probably you know, is not favorable for something like this. Like if
exactly.
it's
Yeah.
like
But they would take that into
I'm
consideration.
they do, but it's still something that is you know, when you have dyslexia, it becomes a blurred thing. Like, oh, are we gonna add a point? Are we gonna
We
take
don't
away?
even need
Are we
to
gonna keep
focus
it?
on
Like,
dyslexia, right?
I'm pretty
The
sure.
reality is, you don't know the vocabulary, there's your automatic disadvantage.
Well,
And so even if you can process things fast, anything related to math, pertaining to math, the second you don't know the definition of one word that some other kid who happened to learn that definition knows, you're at a disadvantage.
well, then you
So
should
Well,
probably
so that's
taking a.
the whole thing about IQ.
You should probably be taking the exam that is in your primary language or a language that is suitable to you.
it's their primary language. I don't think you heard. I'm talking about
it's
Americans.
always
Their
administered in
only
a
language.
primary language.
So
Yeah,
you're
so
saying.
It always is. But listen here, like a brother and a sister can develop in different speeds, right? One, the sister, women generally, girls generally pick up language earlier than guys do. They develop earlier than guys do. Them having that, taking a test when they're younger, the girl would probably have a better vocab than the boy. This is the thing that like you know, it's something to measure towards, but it's not a perfect art. And similarly, like you might have someone that's just not interested in language. They're just interested in fucking make the ball fly higher or something. Like do like science fair problem solving, and they don't really care about language and having a great vocabulary. And them going to the test, they might have great skills in the pattern recognition of geometry skills and maybe maths, but they suffer in the vocab, like language directed testing.
You do
Whereas
know they take that into consideration.
whereas someone
No, they do not.
whereas someone who is you know, all they ever do is read books.
Okay,
All
so
they ever do in their pastime is read books.
that's amazing.
That
So,
person is
wait, hold on. Let's be clear.
Okay.
They do not take this into consideration.
Okay, I'm going.
Like,
I was
words like
about to explain
words
before
like
you
debate.
just started going on. Okay, so the way they take it into consideration, they don't just give you vocabulary. No, I was answering your.
So
Oh, amazing!
you missed the. I knew you missed.
Fucking dumbasses! Who even told you to fucking talk in life? Just shut your mouths. Stop talking. Oh, educate yourselves, morons! Holy shit! I cannot believe these people are so stupid. It's like, hey guys, you know, somebody who doesn't speak the language is going to be a great disadvantage when taking an IQ test. Wow, do you think nobody has thought of that already? Oh, maybe that's why we have shapes and objects in it, because that is not conditioned to language. Oh, maybe that's why we have calculations in the IQ test. Oh, maybe somebody previously encountered the thing that you are literally talking about 50 years after somebody has taken it into consideration and included a factor into the test to account for those possibilities. No? So why do you think shapes are included? We could literally just take a vocab test, even though a comprehensive Mensa or IQ test will involve a combination of all of these different things: shapes, objects, vocabulary, calculations, a whole load of different things to account for that specific metric. These people are generally here in 2024 thinking that nobody has ever thought of what they are thinking about now. This is the level of ignorance and I'm going to use sociopathy or psychopathy or just delusion. Jesus Christ, bro. What are these people smoking?